In an unexpected turn of events, Israel's Iron Dome, the world's most advanced missile defense system, failed spectacularly on October 7, 2023. This was a day that shocked not just the nation of Israel, but the entire world, as the system that had been renowned for its effectiveness crumbled under a barrage of rockets from Hamas. The Iron Dome, since its inception, has been a beacon of hope and security for the people of Israel. Engineered to intercept and neutralize incoming rockets, the system had boasted an impressive success rate, protecting Israeli citizens from countless attacks. It was a testament to human ingenuity, a symbol of Israel's resilience. So what happened on that fateful day in October? How could such a sophisticated system fail? On October 7, 2023, the Iron Dome was confronted with a scenario it could not handle. The skies were filled with rockets from Hamas, and for the first time, the Iron Dome failed to provide the protective shield that the people of Israel had come to rely on. The aftermath was devastating, the shock palpable. World leaders reacted with surprise and concern to this shocking event. The American president expressed his solidarity with Israel while the Turkish president called for an immediate cessation of hostilities. Even the Russian president, known for his strategic ties with Israel, voiced his concern over the situation. But the question on everyone's lips was the same. How did this happen? How could a system that had been so reliable fail so catastrophically? Was it a technical glitch, a flaw in the design, or a consequence of a new strategy employed by Hamas? These are questions that need answers. This unprecedented event has left the world in shock, questioning how such a sophisticated system could fail. As we delve deeper into the events of that day and the events leading up to it, we aim to shed light on the reasons behind the Iron Dome's shocking failure. But to understand this failure, we must first look at the events leading up to this day. Let's rewind to May of 2021. Tensions were already running high. The cross-border violence between Israel and Gaza escalated to a level we hadn't seen in years. The Gazan militant groups, Hamas and Islamic Jihad, began using mass launches of rockets, a strategy designed to exploit the failure rate of Israel's air defenses and increase the chance of causing casualties. Israel wasn't sitting idly by. The Israeli Defense Forces claimed to have reduced Gaza's rocket arsenal by half. But this only seemed to spur the militant groups into action. Hamas and Islamic Jihad began to increase their rocket attacks. They started using preloaded rockets in small silos for remote launches, a tactic aimed at protecting their operators. Meanwhile, Israel's Iron Dome rocket interceptor system was pushed to its limits. This system, which had a success rate of 90%, was now mostly limited to one interceptor missile per interception. This increased the chance of rockets getting through. But the rockets weren't just getting through. They were causing casualties. Sirens were sounding in Israeli communities near the Gaza border. Residents were seeking shelter. People were losing their lives. The rockets used by the militant groups were funded and instructed by Iran. They had ranges of 200 kilometers or more, with warheads carrying hundreds of kilograms of TNT and shrapnel. Even though the arsenal of rockets often appeared rudimentary, with some rockets failing to explode or falling short within Gaza, the escalating attacks were a clear sign of the growing threat. And so the stage was set. Tensions were high, attacks were escalating. Israel's Iron Dome was being pushed to its limits. The world watched as the situation unfolded, bracing for what was to come. And then came October 7th, a day that would shock the world. Now, let's delve into the technical aspects of this failure. The Iron Dome system, a marvel of modern engineering, is designed to intercept and neutralize incoming short-range rockets and artillery shells. It uses radar to detect incoming threats, and then dispatches interceptor missiles to neutralize them before they can reach their targets. Sounds pretty foolproof, right? Well, not exactly. On October 7th, the Iron Dome faced an unprecedented challenge, a massive saturation of rockets, far beyond what it was designed to handle. This wasn't a few rockets fired sporadically, no, this was a torrential downpour of projectiles, all aimed at Israeli soil. This barrage exploited one major flaw in the Iron Dome's design: its limitation. You see, while the Iron Dome boasts a 90% success rate in intercepting projectiles, it is restricted to dispatching one interceptor missile per incoming rocket. This is usually enough, but when faced with such a deluge of rockets, the system was simply overwhelmed. It's like trying to stop a flood with a bucket. No matter how fast you are, you're still going to get wet. Additionally, the rockets used by the militant groups have ranges of up to 200 kilometers or more. They carry warheads loaded with hundreds of kilograms of TNT and shrapnel. While some of these rockets may appear rudimentary, their sheer volume and destructive potential cannot be underestimated. Finally, we must consider the human element. The Iron Dome system is not fully automated. It requires human operators to monitor the radar, identify threats, and dispatch the interceptor missiles. With such a high volume of rockets, the operators were likely overwhelmed, leading to slower response times and, ultimately, more rockets getting through. All these factors culminated in the failure of a system once considered infallible. In the aftermath of this failure, the world is left with more questions than answers. The immediate fallout was palpable. International reactions varied widely, some expressing shock and concern, others pointing a finger at the vulnerabilities of even the most advanced missile defense systems. This event has undoubtedly left a significant impact on Israel's defense strategy. It's a wake-up call that no system, regardless of its sophistication, is impervious to failure. It underscores the need for constant technological advancements and strategic reassessments. In the broader sense, this incident has shaken the global community's faith in missile defense systems. It's a stark reminder that in the field of warfare, the only certainty is uncertainty. The significance of October 7, 2023, extends beyond the borders of Israel. It's a day that will be etched in the annals of military history. A day that redefined our understanding of warfare and defense. A day that proved that even the mighty can falter. As we seek answers, one thing is clear. October 7, 2023, will be a day remembered in the annals of military history.